So yeah, Nintendo decided to make an Animal Crossing Direct to talk about future content, and I'm so glad that they did. Um, Honestly, the way to describe this is come for the coffee, but stay for like the 5,000 different things that they announced. Of course, the going into this, it seemed like the main type of content update that we were going to be getting was going to be Brewster and the Roost. It's a coffee place that I think after the GameCube from DS from Wild World forward, it was always in the museum. So, I lied. In New Leaf, it was its own building, but it's going back into the museum. It's a coffee area where pretty much you and your friends can hang out at. I'm really surprised that there's no different type of, hey, we're going to focus on trying to get ingredients and customize and craft things. I'm really surprised that that was not a focus. I thought that it would have been. Maybe it might be when it releases on November 5th. But still, they didn't even focus on that. They kind of just focused on the area and Brewster himself, which I love that character so much. But that wasn't the only thing. I was really happy about this. I'm kind of torn about the new free DLC content coming up, but I understand why they're doing this, because there is a lot of quality of life improvements. Let me talk about what I'm kind of torn about. I'm happy that Harvest Island is getting a little bit of a renovation. Instead of it just being a place to take photos, you can now set up more shops, but they're not actual buildings. They're kind of like based around Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, which a lot of these characters like Kix, Sahara, Harriet, they would have like their own RV set up to sell stuff. So that's what they're pretty much doing, and I get it, to save development costs. It's easier to take what they already have, like assets that they already have, and make them into, I guess making them HD or make them high res. That's easier to do than make like each one have a different shop. But I wish that they did have their own shops. They did a New Leaf, why not New Horizons? But overall, I'm glad they're getting their own space to sell their stuff, because it does suck when, for example, oh hey, Kix is in the town plaza, he can only sell me this type of items. Okay, that could be the same case as well, but it does kind of suck that they don't have their own designated area. Other things I was really excited about, gyroids are finally back, and they're more customizable. Instead of just having regular sized gyroids, which of course you can, now there's like mini ones that you can put on counters, tables, you can customize them. And that's like the best thing about New Horizons overall, of course, is the customization, which there's a lot more now, not just with gyroids, but with other things. But having different like sizes, shapes, design patterns, colors of gyroids, I think that's going to make each area more unique, and that's the thing about this, like all the customizable like items and all that, it's making your own house, your own island more unique to what you want it to be like. Other customizable stuff is like exterior of your house, a certain wall, and the interior. There's just so much, and I'm so happy that they're doing this. There's also like quality of life improvements. For example, you can now have like a storage closet outside to hold things. You can have an ABD pretty much wherever you want on the island. It's just more things like that I'm really, really liking. Fencing, you can customize it. It's just, it was so great. Everything else besides what I just mentioned, I'm pretty much in love with, and I'm so happy that they finally decided to, make all this happen, because this is pretty much Animal Crossing New Horizons 2.0, version 2.0. In my opinion, it should just be called Animal Crossing New Horizons 2, but they can't release a brand new game, and it wouldn't make any sense. But I'm also happy that it's coming, because like the last year, we haven't gotten pretty much any new free content. If we did, it was just droplets. I'm happy that they're doing this. I kind of wish it didn't take a whole year, but if you're going to do it, you might as well just release it all at once. It makes sense. The disappointing thing is that is pretty much the end of the free content coming up. The rest is actually going to be paid, and the pricing is a little weird. I'll get to that here in a bit. But it's pretty much Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer for the 3DS, but into Animal Crossing New Horizons. But instead of just designing homes, you're designing islands, pretty much vacation spots for clients and other types of villagers that I believe are not in your village, or maybe also in your village as well. Maybe it's a mixture of both. But it looks like you're working for some type of agency, which it looks like there's brand new characters. I didn't play Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer for the 3DS, so if I'm saying things that are not true, I do apologize, but I'm pretty sure that all these characters are brand new. And like I said before, you were designing vacation spots for these clients, for different villagers, for different animals, and there's a lot to really do and discuss. I think for $25, if you buy it by itself, you're getting a lot of content, and I think it's honestly worth it in my opinion. I'm someone who recently has gotten into like more designing with Animal Crossing, especially with New Horizons, so I'm definitely going to be buying this DLC and playing it, and of course new content for the channel. But I don't know how much time I'm going to be spending on Animal Crossing New Horizons overall, or the Happy Home Designer type of DLC. I just think it's really, really cool that, you know, people who like that kind of stuff, they can do it more, and they can actually make some really cool things. Like there's also like, you can make like straight up, you can make restaurants, school, hospital, that kind of stuff. I think it's really, really cool that you can have your own type of space and do that, because, you know, we've in the past I've all made it before and in our own homes, but now we can have our own space to do that. I think that's really, really awesome and really, really innovative, and maybe just a glimpse of what future Animal Crossing games could be. That's what I'm hoping for. Like, make Animal Crossing bigger, make us design like cities or whatever. That's what I was kind of hoping for when it was like, hey, you want to go to work with the trailer? And I was like, are we going back to the city? Are we going to be able to customize a city? I think that's what the next Animal Crossing game should be all about. Maybe that might be too big of an idea, but I don't know. Hopefully, or making another paid DLC pack. That's another thing as well. Like, yes, it did seem like this is the end of like future DLCs and future content coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons. And that's what also kind of disappoints me a little bit, is that they couldn't make this game go on for a long time until the end of the Switch's life cycle, because I don't think the Switch's life cycle is ending anytime soon. They could make this go for a long time and add like a city life, add more life to this game. And I think that's what is kind of a missed opportunity. Of course, like, make it paid DLC, you know, charge us for it. I'll give you money for it. But I think that's what they should do. They should honestly focus on a little bit more paid DLC, but I feel like this is it. And that's, I don't know, it's disappointing. It's also kind of disappointing that's like, oh, hey, like other Nintendo items, it seems like we're not going to get them. We just got the Mario items, and I think that's fine. But in past Animal Crossing games, especially for the GameCube, they went crazy on Nintendo and special items. I kind of wish that they would have done the same with Animal Crossing New Horizons, but it's kind of a wasted opportunity. And I guess like the last thing that's disappointing is that I don't think the holidays are going to be changing up anything. We have Halloween coming up around the corner, and I think it's going to be the exact same event, which kind of sucks because I was honestly hoping, and I thought that they said that they were going to change up the holidays yearly for at least 2 to 3 years after the release of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, this is Animal Crossing New Horizon, or the Animal Crossing team overall, I should say, is also the Splatoon team. So they're probably focusing on Splatoon 3 instead of trying to push more content to Animal Crossing New Horizons out. So I guess that makes sense, but at the exact same time, it's like, manage your resources and assets a bit better next time, in my opinion, because I feel like Animal Crossing, and this is no offense to Splatoon, is a bigger name and better franchise compared to Splatoon. It sells more, it makes Nintendo way more money than Splatoon does. So I would focus more on Animal Crossing, but also try to finish Splatoon 3. But I don't know, that's just my honest opinion about that. I don't know if that's true or not. It may not be. It just may be that they don't have any more ideas, even though that they can, I've given them ideas before. I wish I could talk to them. Like, for example, I've always wanted an island just for shops, but not RV shops, like legit store shops. But it looks like we're getting, something better than nothing. But at the exact same time, it is disappointing that to not have like stores already made up. I don't know. I wish that they would focus on shops and not just RVs, but I don't know. I'm just happy gyroids are coming back. Now we get to fill up our rooms. Like in the past, just nothing but gyroids. Having a basement, Animal Crossing GameCube version, just having gyroids in it. Yeah, I remember those days. But hey, we get to customize them, and they look really, really cool. And it's honestly about time. So it kind of just sucks. And I know the argument could be made that, hey, all this was in Animal Crossing New Leaf Day 1. Like different like city ordinances. I can't say that word, so I apologize. All that was in Animal Crossing New Leaf Day 1. Why is it now in New Horizons? And like, yes, I can see that argument, and I kind of agree with it to a certain extent. But I'm just happy that it's in the game finally. I'm so happy that we're getting the content that we're getting for Animal Crossing New Horizons. But anyway, at this point, I was rambling. I'm super excited for it. The price for it is $25 by itself. I think it's worth it. If you were thinking about upgrading your Switch Online membership to Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack, a separate video of that is incoming, but it would be $50 individually, or if you're with a family plan, it would be $80 a year. Like I said before, a video about that coming really, really soon. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me in this discussion. I'm, like I said before, we came for the coffee. We stayed for the other 5,000 things that they announced. So yeah, more Animal Crossing content coming to the channel. Until then, have a great day.